And it looks like we're live. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, guess who's back? It's the one and only me. Nice. Nice. We're looking good. Stream looks pretty healthy. Guess what? New place. How sick is that? Yes, that is right. I have moved and I have set up the stream permanently in my new office. And hopefully it stays that way. How nice would that be? Yeah, so for the time being, it's gonna look a little bit bare, a little bit sparse. Sorry about that. The walls are a little bit empty, but hopefully it looks good. It looks clean. The lighting is better than what it used to be. A lot better. Also, I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a lot of echo. A whole lot of echo in here. I can hear it. Hopefully you can't. I won't know until I turn off the stream. But one way you can let me know is in the chat. That's right. So we're going to hang out for a few minutes before we start editing some photos. Just going to vibe. I need to, by the way, I need to come up with a new way of like showing the chat on screen, like here and here, and having like donations and stuff. Once you guys feel confident enough to donate, I'm not worth your money. Don't waste it on me yet. But once it does happen, because I'm investing in this is a thing I'm addicted to now, and it's a thing I want to do more of. And you guys are the reason for that. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you who aren't here, you'll be able to catch it. You already have caught it, right? I mean, on YouTube. For those of you who are here, thank you for joining. And I've got a few photos. Some photos that I shot before the break that I want to edit. I'll get to that in a few seconds. Just want to vibe for a sec. Want to see what's up. If you guys are here, drop a message in the chat. I'll go ahead and drop one message. I'll type in, yo, what's up? You know who I am. Let's chat. What's going on in your world? Yeah, I'm here to answer your questions. Anything, photos, editing, life, all of it. Whatever you got for me, I will edit. Or I will edit, I will answer. Let's go ahead and put this up. Music's a little bit louder than before. Sorry about that. But here's some of the photos. Let me know if you want me to turn on the music. If the music's too loud, just let me know. It's a little bit loud in my headphones, but whatever. So it goes. We're all vibing. Yeah, so here are the photos. We're going to start with this one. It's the thumbnail. It's going to be dope. I promise. This was shot with the one, the only Miss Monica D. Tang at Tycon Frozenberry on Instagram. Pretty dope car. Pretty dope account. Pretty dope woman. And I think the photo is pretty dope as well. So, second photo. Oops, wrong screen. Second photo is going to be high-speed action from the local racetrack, Rudskogen. That's right. It's going to be sick. I'm going to turn up the mic a little bit. Test, test, test. Ooh, I think I sound a little bit better. Sorry about that. I've sounded a little bit distant for the last few minutes. But hey, I'm here. I'm here. Just know I'm here for you. This is a Porsche. So Porsche Cayman GT4. It's been a long time since I've streamed. I'm gonna have a hard time catching up with talking for an hour straight. It's a GT4 MR. That is a Manti Racing custom spec. It's pretty dope, pretty cool, pretty fast car. On slicks, it's pretty mean. I shot this photo actually hanging out the back of a truck. More on that later when we get to the photo. Third photo, we're gonna edit. This boy, winter vibes. Little pre-Christmas vibes. Might have gotten a splinter, oops. Pretty simple. We'll try to clean it up a bit. It's a little bit messy, but we'll try to clean it up. And then same photo, but from behind. I'm gonna reset it. Whoa. I'm gonna go ahead and fix that crop just while we're at it. Let's do a 2x3. And we'll go somewhere about there. I'll fix it once we get to it. Promise. Promise. I promise I will. So that's the fourth photo. And the last photo, if we have time for it, is this bad boy. That's right. It is already fully edited. Let me reset that. Also, crop is crazy. Let's crop it for the gram. Let's crop it for Instagram. What do you think about that? Evan says, guess who's back in Oslo? Pizza at my place later if you want. Ooh. Dude, that's not a bad idea, actually. I'm going to go about an hour with the stream. And then I will let you know. I'll give you a call afterwards, Evan. But that sounds dope. That sounds dope. I owe you pizzas at my place, too. The new place is getting there, and I need people to come break it in. Speaking of breaking in, let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's get some water. And away we go. So where do we start? A few things I can see have already been done. Let's start from zero. Let's not cheat ourselves. So one thing I have done off stream, just because I'm scared it's going to break my computer right in the middle of the stream, is fix the sky. I took 2 shots. This was the main exposure of the car and the ground. We were lucky enough to have a cloud come over and just sort of illuminate everything here, but keep the background a little bit dark. It's kind of cool. Add some focus. But in doing that and exposing perfectly so the car gets some details still here in the front, I ended up blowing out the sky. So I shot a separate frame of just the sky, and I've sort of mixed them in slightly. Slightly to a point where I don't think it's distracting, but not far enough where it's took days of my life. Evan, perfect stream to watch while making Italian goodness. Dude, what kind of pizzas are you making? Sorry to bother you with the typing, to distract you with the stream, but I want to know what kind of pizzas you got going on over there. Yeah, so where do we start? Have I already corrected with the lens or for the lens? I must have, yes. So whatever, we'll just leave that on. I'm going to try to save some of the highlights and just see what's happening in some of these places. There are more details up there that I'm missing. Yeah, a little bit, but it's not so much. I'm just going to lower it down to here. And I'm going to bring some of the shadows up too to get some of the details there. I like that you can see through the windshield, that you can see her, thanks to the polarizing filter. It also cleaned up a lot of the reflections on the hood. So let's try to keep some of that visible by pushing the shadows. Add some punch. Little bit of whites, maybe a little bit too much. It's just a bad habit of me to go straight to the whites. Evan, no judging, but I make pizza without cheese. So if you want to join, you got to bring your own cheese. What? Okay. You told me not to. You can't just insist I don't judge in a conversation. You can insist that you don't judge, but not me. And I am judging you 1,000%. Yeah, I love the shot too. I think it's, I mean, it's a place we've all used a million times over. And your shots of the GT3 from this exact spot are so fucking rad. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't inspired by that. But it's such an easy spot to just go back to and get like stuff you know is going to be good. Computer's just a little slow today, but so far just, oh. What's going on here? Okay. Okay, I'm going to give it a second to catch up. Whew. Is it just Evan in the chat? We've got people here. Why isn't everybody in the chat? Where's everybody? Blues, I don't think there's too many of them in the shot, just in the sky. I'm going to darken them a bit so you get some punch out of the sky. And I'm also going to bring them slightly to the warmer side. Just slightly, just so it's a little bit more clean. Yellows, I think the grass is going to read as yellow. So let's play with that and see what happens. I'm right. I like that there's a lot of contrast and a lot of punch in it. The photo that I posted on Instagram earlier and that I've used in the thumbnail here has quite a lot of saturation. So I might leave some of that. I'm going to get rid of a little bit of it and just bring this. Let's try a little bit more of like a modest edit. And let's make it a little more green because that's the way grass is meant to be, right? So if we hold the at symbol, we get the before. And then we let go and we get the after. Okay, so it's a lot more modest. Pretty good. What is this? I was told this would be an instrumental. And it is not. Okay, cool. Got rid of the distracting. It's so hard to talk when somebody else is like singing over top of you. But yeah, okay, so let's go from there. There's not too much more I want to do at this point in time. I do want to start brushing things up. Let's try this up. You know what? Since I've streamed last, there's been a lot of updates on Lightroom. So let's try the new masking tools. Let's select subject, and hopefully it chooses the car. I feel like if you circle it, it will be smarter. Refining results. Let's see. How refined are they? Okay, well, we got some of the road. That's okay, because we can just brush it out. That's not too difficult. We don't want to hit the road with whatever we're going to do to the car. We want the car to stand out on the road. I accidentally got a bit of the mirror. My bad. Let's brush that back in a little bit. Oops. Oh my God. I need a more powerful computer. What do you guys stream on? Or stream? What do you edit on? And if you stream, what do you stream on? Let's bring this up. Whites up. Add a bit of contrast. Maybe a bit of dehaze. That's an easy way to get contrast. Clarity is a good way to get contrast as well, but you end up sort of like, ooh, it's a little too grunge. I don't think I need it that much. I'm going to try to get rid of some clarity. And let's just soften up the car a little bit. That'll also make her a little more visible in the driver's seats. And then a little bit, no, let's keep the blacks up. That's looking pretty good to me. I might put up some of the shadows. Just a little bit. Perfect, cool. We're hanging here. We're good with that. I'm gonna check the before. And it's good. It's a lot more modest. It's a lot more bright. We're going to add some more color later. So here's a debate that I have a lot with myself. If I want to play with the tone curves, can I just as easily do it in the color grading? Or does that get in the way? Does that commit me too much to what they want? Or do I have more control with the tone curves? I'm going to play with the tone curves. Let's try to warm it up a bit. Just a little bit. What happens is we also put some red in there. You know what? Reset all channels. We're going to put this into Photoshop and we're going to do it there. At least we're going to start there. And then we'll come back here and see what we're thinking. So I think it's good for now. We're going to hit Command E. We're going to send it to Photoshop with Lightroom adjustments. And that's going to take at least 10 minutes to open up. Just gonna leave it on this screen. I'm gonna switch over to the full webcam. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you for joining me. I'm happy you're here. If anything is too loud, if anything is off, if anything's not perfect, let me know. If there's any dropping of frames, if there's any glitching, YouTube says it's excellent. Connection. Oh my God, I'm losing it already. I gotta do this more. YouTube is giving me compliments on how good the connection is, so I guess I'm happy. Mutz, new year, new MacBook, dude. Yeah, it might be worth it, isn't it? I wonder how much I can sell this MacBook for. Or is it worth it to finally commit to getting a desktop and just having that be the stream computer? That might be it. Love the webcam view. Yeah, it's so nice to have a good webcam. Actually, it freed up. I used to shoot on the A7R III. I've just upgraded to this. Let me swap over to here so I can see what I'm showing you. The Sony A1. This will be my new monster. It's beautiful. Has 0 shots on it still. I can't wait to put some photos on it. But that freed up my A7R III to do this. So now I'm filming myself for the A7R III. I'm wondering though, should I just sell it and buy something better. I don't know. New desktop PC. Do I leave Mac or Apple? I don't know, man. I don't know if it's time. I don't know if it's time. It's going to be hard. Thomas Eliasson, love the view of you. Thomas, you flatter me. You flatter me far too much. Okay, let's warm this bitch up. Don't sell it. Ooh, okay. Damn, a lot of pressure from all angles. Let's just paint over the whole thing with dope-ass brown. Why is the MacBook a little bit slow lately? Soft light, blend it. That's looking pretty good already. I like it. I'm going to add some direction to the sun. Let's go ahead and do that. Get out of here. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to do that by... I'm going to warm up the things that the sun hits. So let's try this. Let's just brighten this up a little bit, make it a little bit more warm and maybe a little more reddish. Let's do a little peekaboo radial gradient, and then let's stretch it all the way across. So we want direction in the sun. And to do that, we're going to add direction to whatever the sun hits. So let's do something like soft light is too dark. Let's color dodge it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's the red is a little bit harsh, but you know what? I'm kind of a harsh guy. Let's drop this down to 65 and we will brush out the shit that I don't need. When is the last time you restarted the MacBook? Today, actually. So, fuck you. No, yeah, I started today. I turned it off overnight because I knew I had the stream and I wanted it to be a little spa treatment for the MacBook. And yeah, lo and behold, it didn't work very well, did it? I'm going to switch over to Sunburst Yellow. I'm just going to throw a little bit of that in there. I'm going to do the same thing, stretch it all the way across. Stretch it so it hits a bit more. And what happens if we soft light blend this? Does it get too dark? No, I think it's okay. I'm going to limit myself. I usually like to start at 0% and just work my way up and just see what works. And I think maybe 35% works. So I'm going to bring this layer on top of it so it ends up hitting all of the layers evenly. And I wonder if this layer hits the car a little bit too much. What we can do actually is select, once again, subject. Let's see if it picks the car accurately. Do I have to have it all in the background? Let's see. There we go. Okay, yeah. Then I'm going to hit W. I'm going to get rid of the spots that don't need to be selected. And I'm going to zoom it a bit. See, I could spend hours doing this, but then I would just use the pen tool. But let's do it good enough. How is the stream? How's the frame rate and everything? Keeping up? Hopefully. Okay. So now that we've done that, let's go here and let's, there we go. We'll mask it out. You hit Alt, you click mask. That's good enough. Doing okay now. Was it struggling? Uh-oh. Just gonna brush in it back. It was laggy when you open Photoshop. Yeah. Photoshop will do that. You know what? Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I shouldn't have masked it out. Let's go down to 50% and try that. Okay, cool. I'm happy there. I think that's good enough. I don't want to kill myself thinking about this. Command S. We're going to go back in. One thing I would do if I had more time and more computing power is to get rid of these speed limit signs. I don't want anybody to know that she was only going 40 kilometers an hour. That's not perfect. Yeah, okay, so it's Photoshop that is slowing everything down because now that I'm saving, it's struggling. How's everybody doing? What's going on out there? We're just chilling today. You know what I should do is turn on that like DJ function on Spotify, so you don't get the dead seconds in between songs. You should get that like crossfade. That's probably better. These are things I have to learn. That's why I need to do this more. It's also why I need to look into getting a better computer. What is a better computer? Like a mini Mac or something? Gonna add some direction to the edges, some vignetting. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna push your eyes towards the center of the photo. And I think that's a pretty good spot to leave it. There's a lot more I would do. There's a lot more I did to the first edit before you guys came. But I think this is pretty decent. So yeah, cool. All right, let's take 1 second. Let me riff directly to you guys. This is the full-size version of me. Once again, thank you for joining. Happy to have you here. Hopefully, it looks a little bit glitchy in OBS. Hopefully that's not the case. If it is, let me know. Yeah, I'll probably watch this back over just to make sure it's good. Once again, my name is Kyle. I am a photo dude. I'm also a car dude. And now I'm trying to be a stream dude. And for those of you who are here on the ground floor, so to speak, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So let's go back. All right, let's go to this photo. I say this photo. Let's go to this photo. Here we go. Okay, cool. We're back in it. Margaret Patrick says, I don't know what she said. Voy, FYI, video of the year for your information, maybe. Full screen webcam is choppy. Yeah, okay, that's what it looked like on OBS as well. But it's also a little bit choppy. The webcam in general is just a little bit choppy, isn't it? Okay. Well, now we know. So, moving on. It says excellent connection on YouTube, so whatever. Whatever, we'll go with it. This photo, I'm going to enable profile corrections because I want to start from 0. This was shot, I was in the truck bed at the local track, Rudskogen, and I was pointing at a badass Porsche Cayman GT4. That's right. Don't let the GT3 fool you. It is a GT4. It is a Manti Racing spec. It's pretty badass. 4K webcam. No. I think it's 60 frames at 1080. I think my cam link limits it. I should get a better cam link. God, the expenses, they keep adding up. So new computer and better cam link, 4K cam link, 60 frames. That's the move. Let's take the greens and get rid of them. I think it's a lot of yellow. It is a lot of yellow. I don't want the warmth. Could stream 30 frames. Yeah, but is that cool? Can I change that mid-stream? Let's see. Settings, stream, output. No. I can choose the bitrate, but I think I'm already at a pretty low bitrate. Video, nope. Yeah, so 1080 60 frames is what we're stuck with for today. Maybe next time I'll do 30 frames because this is a little bit chippy choppy. Let's add some punch back into this photo. Let's add some highlights in the whites. See, the reason I dropped the highlights in the white, because I think the whites hit a more like sharp highlight. I mean, I could just rip up the highlights and whatever, but I feel like the highlights, like on a general scale, lowers the bright parts of the photo, and then the whites brings out like the really bright. And that just sort of adds a little punch to things like the sign, the livery on the car, things like that. So there you go. Now that's explained. GT4 looks insane. Dude, it is insane. This one's rad. This might as well be the new GT4 RS Club Sport. This was like a custom built version of the GT4. I think it's pretty cool. Yeah, so I want the livery to stand out a lot because I think it's pretty cool. This dude drove all the way down from Trondheim to... He drove like 6 hours to come drive at Rudskogen. Did you get to drive it? No. I don't know this guy. I don't know who owns this car. But he has good taste. And I appreciate him for that. I'm going to try to select subject again. I'm also going to do the sky right afterwards. Okay, I've noticed this is really slow now too, now that I'm streaming. The stream, it slows everything down. So yeah, 30 frames next time. It's good to know. Let's brighten the car a bit. It also hits some of the curb, but I think it's kind of cool. So I'm just going to leave it. Brighten quite a lot. Oops. That's a more respectable amount. Then I'm going to dim the headlights a bit because I think they're too much. Let's go with that. There you go. Now you can actually see some details. Now it's a usable photo. Okay, good spot, good spot. We're in a good spot. Yeah, I don't think I want to do too much more here. The reds are a little bit distracting. Up in the corner, you got the Santander banners. Not a huge fan. So let's just get rid of those. And then what we can do instead is brush back in this, but I don't need to. So, Command E, and let's send it to Photoshop. Away we go. Why does Photoshop always end up down here? Yeah, now it's a waiting game, and here comes the choppiness. It is super choppy. I'm seeing it now in the YouTube preview. Yeah. So it goes. We're learning. I don't think it's the Wi-Fi here either. I think the internet's pretty solid here. But maybe eventually I gotta run a Ethernet cable. That's not fun. Let's get rid of this just to eliminate some tabs. This I want cold. Let's do mean green and let's see what happens. We might have to make it a little more blue. So before we do that, let's just pre-put this in soft light. There. Get the same when exporting in Lightroom. Okay, yeah. It makes sense that's not the internet, but I felt like the stream maybe was slowing things down for some reason. I don't know. I'm dumb. Yeah, graphic card was your issue. Okay. I just need a better computer. God damn it. All right. That's not fun. I don't want to have to spend that money. But so it goes for the stream, right? Anything for the stream. Yeah, I'm not going to do too much more, actually. One thing I would do is add some direction to the lights. We can dig into some of the brushes. Oh my God, the hiccups are coming. And let's see if we can get like a, maybe like a flare or something. Some of these are a little bit too extreme, but that's what I'm here for, right? Let's take a sample of that. Let's go down to a normal size. And then let's do this one as well. Slightly smaller because it's further away. If I screen these and then drop the exposure, let's go to 0 and let's work our way up so we know what's happening. We'll go to 60. That's a good place to stop. Should get a separate streaming PC that you can run the Max through. Or the mods through. Yeah, I should. I don't know how that works. I gotta look up some tips. How do you run a stream from 2 different computers at the same time? Maybe we'll add some like hints of rain because it was wet that day and it is kind of cold. Maybe we'll add some hints of like raindrops. Let's go crazy. Fuck it. You know what? We're here. Let's go crazy. Let's go to the glass. Nope. See what we got over here. That's a little bit much, but I think it's kind of cool. So let's start with that. We're gonna make it huge. And I'm gonna put it just down here in the corner. And it's just gonna be kind of not subtle, but quiet. I'm gonna screen blend it to let through a little bit more detail from the back. And then I'm gonna mask out quite a lot of it, all the way up to like here. If I was more responsible, I'd have like an actual raindrop simulator instead of just using a glass reflection, but I am not. Once again, I'm gonna start at 0, work my way up. That looks pretty good. I'm also gonna make it slightly bigger. I'm gonna move it back to where it needs to be. Just sort of framing the car and the action. Uh-oh. The progress bar. Dope. Cool. That I'm happy with. It's a little bit fun. If I wanted to get really cocky with it, I would take a sample of the sky from somewhere like here. I'd go back up here to either fog or mist. Probably mist. You know what? Let's do fog. And I would take a sample of fog. Something like this. Stretch it to the size of the canvas. Let's discuss the streaming options later. Yeah. But let's remember to discuss it because it's so complicated and you're so much better at this nerdy shit than I am. Sorry to throw you under the bus, but you are. Just going to hit it with a little bit of ghetto gospel. Bring it down to 0 and then bring it up from there. Because I just want to create a bit of a haze around the car. And then I'm also going to subject select. And hopefully it gets the car. Once again, if you circle it a lot, it does the job better. Everybody knows that. There you go. It did hit some of the curb again. Oops. Gonna get rid of the curb. I like it with the louder music because I don't have to talk so much. I am a nerd though, so it's fair. Mott's telling the truth. I appreciate that. This is good enough for our purposes. So we're gonna go back into here and we're gonna hit another oops. Actually, let's get rid of this. layer mask, and then let's add our own here. And then let's also brush up on that. I'm receiving a phone call. I will pick that up later. Oops, I did it in white. My bad. Okay, so it's not too much, just a little bit around the car. I'm going to like gradually brush in the car a bit with the soft round brush and just sort of bring it to a realistic level. Because right now there's such a harsh line between the fog and the car, but the idea is that the car is going through it, right? Oops, forgot to put it on white. There we go. It's not a huge difference, but whatever, it does something, right? Cool. All right, then Command S, and we'll save it, and we'll go back in to Lightroom. Woo! We're getting there. How's the echo, by the way? Can you guys hear the echo? Or is it super annoying? We're still saving. It's a long save. This one's a long save. It's part of the fun. Also, how's the focus? Is the focus jumping a lot? I have it set to where it should be able to only hit me and not grab the mic, but sometimes it grabs the mic, so you never know. I think I was pretty ambitious with 5 photos today. I don't think we're gonna get to 5 photos. I'd be astounded. we might have to call it at 3. Well, let's see how it goes. Let's see how we feel. No echo. Okay, cool. That's good to know, because this room is just an empty room with a tall ceiling, and if I take off the headphones, I can hear myself pretty clearly. Okay, so we don't have to add any like wheel spin or motion blur on the ground because it was just naturally shot like that. Super nice. Saved me a lot of effort. Shot at 1/6 of a second. Just dangling off the back of a truck. What I am going to do is add a bit of vignetting. Just a little bit. Just to push your eyes in. And then maybe instead of select sky, I'm going to do a linear gradient. I'm just going to bring out some of the texture in the clouds. Not much, just a bit. And then also that dehazing usually adds some saturation for some reason, so I'm just going to drop the saturation bar. Let's go 25. I like that number. And then there we go. Now we got a rad action-packed photo of a GT4. Cool. What'd you think about that? All right, last one. You know what? Let's do a vertical boy for the last one, because I don't want to get rid of all this shit on stream. It's gonna take hours. So let's stick with this one. Just gonna use all the photo space over here I can, because the idea is that it's driving home, right? If a car is pointed to the right of a frame, it is driving to somewhere. If it's pointed to the left, it is driving home. With the Christmas tree on top of the car, I feel like it only makes sense that it's driving to the left, aka home. Little fun fact there for you. One thing I do see is that the trees, the perspective is a little bit off. The trees are starting to lean outward. So let's see if we can transform the photo a bit. Constrain crop. Am I doing it right? I'm not. Okay, reset. Then, there you go. That's a little bit better. It's not hugely better, but it's a little bit better. Hugely also is a word, so don't quote me on that. I think the photo's a little bit cut over here, but it's all white, so whatever. Let's just start adding some punch back into the blacks. And we're going to do that by pumping the contrast, pumping the blacks. I don't want to play with the dehaze too much because I don't want the trees to be sharp or noticeable. Let's push it up and just see what it does. Yeah, it does quite a lot. It also makes the photo brown. Let's just do a little bit and let's get rid of some of the clarity. Just because it's a foggy day, it's kind of cool. There we go. Then we're in a better place. Shadows. Drop it. Yeah, a little. I mean, not much. We get a stronger car out of it, so why not? Blues. I'm going to get rid of because I'm going to add the blues later. And then these maybe I'll get rid of. The aquas. Purple. If there is any purple, I don't see it. I'm just going to make it blue so it hides. Okay, also I'm seeing a lot of sticks over here. A little bit distracting. But I like what the orange does to the lights inside the tail light. Usually a red light turns orange at the center if you overexpose on it. So I'm going to just bump that up. And then what I'm going to do is zoom and enhance. And then I'm going to brush. Photo, no, okay, I was going to say the photo looks a little bit blurry, but I don't think it is. And then I'm just going to get rid of some saturation. And hopefully one day my computer catches up. Just get rid of this color, because I don't like the color in these. I think it's a little bit distracting. I don't have to get rid of all of it, but whatever. And then another place where the orange color is a bit distracting is in the snow right here. So on the same brush, I'm going to take a risk. Just going to brush out all the color in the road. As much of it as I can, at least. Let's do that. And let's be happy with that. Now, there is some green in the tree. There's some detail in the tree that I really want to come out. So let's do subject. And let's see if it can find the car. Once again, if you circle it, it helps to do it more accurately. It's a fact. Here we go. One moment. Yeah, okay. See, the circling works every time. Then let's brighten that up a bit. Let's not brighten that up a bit. I didn't like that. I just want the highlights to be brighter. A little bit of clarity on the car just for the punch. Maybe 20. Dehaze, let's try. Too much. The car doesn't fit in. Okay, cool. So we'll call it there. Then let's get the brush out. And let's bring out the tree a bit more. I think I'm going to be happy with that. Let's just brush it and see what happens. Yes. Tree is the hero of the photo, so why not? And I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. So far, at least. Let's bring it into Photoshop and let's really play around. Woo. It's been a while since I've done this. So I'm happy to have you guys back. Happy to be back. I'm chilling in the chat. If you want to drop in the chat, if you're not here live, make sure to drop by next time. And you can do that by subscribing and liking and hitting the bell. And then you'll get notifications every time I go live. That's pretty cool, huh? What do you think about that? Where's my photo? Here we go. Here we go. Something's happening. something is happening. There it is. Okay, cool. So away we go. What do we want to do? Is there much that I want to do? Let's try to make it a little bit colder and just see what happens. Let's do some blue steel. Let's paint the whole thing. And then let's soft light it. Drop it down to 0 and we'll come back up from 0. That looks pretty good. I don't know if I want to go more than that. Stick with 20. Because you can tell it's not snowing in the photo. There is snow, but you can tell it's kind of raining. So it doesn't need to be like perfect and white and crisp. It can be a little bit blue and cold. I do kind of want to try to add in some glow behind the car. Let's see if we can do just a little bit. Screen blend it. And once again, let's go back to 0. Let's go just around 5%. And what that does is it just sort of lets you know that it's hazy behind the car as well as in front of the car. You can do a bit more, maybe. Let's stop at 6. Let's limit ourselves to 6. 6 is good enough. Then aside from that, I kind of want to just keep it simple. I'm not going to start removing grass or anything. That takes a little bit too much time. Maybe to get rid of some of the distraction, I'm going to add a haze from the bottom here. Just like one of these things. Just to give you the idea of it was shot kind of just over snow. And I think it cleans it up a bit because there's a lot of like gravel and chunks here in the ice. I like that. Cool. I'm going to stick with that. And then we're going to Command S. And we're going to save it back into Lightroom. Woo! We're doing it. Oh, we're doing it. How's the music? It's good stuff. It's a new playlist. I used to always do the same playlist whenever I streams. And now I kind of want to switch it up a bit. Just a little bit. All right, we're waiting. While we're waiting, once again, I'm going to go full screen. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining in, or if you just started a YouTube video, or you took a break from the YouTube video and you're coming back and you forgot, my name is Kyle Meyer. I am a photographer. I am also a car dude. I like things with engines and imagery and shapes. And yeah, now I'm trying to be a streamer. How nice would that be? If you like what you see, and I like what I see, you're looking good today, then please hit the subscribe button and the like button and comment, and then make sure to tell all your friends to do the same thing, because I'm not going anywhere, so you might as well just get used to me. Just get used to me being in your life. Okay? I'm not going anywhere. I'm living in your phone or your computer or your TV or wherever I am at right now. Think of it as like a window. I'm there in person. You're just looking at you're looking at me through a window. Think about that. Huh? A little bit creepy. But I'm there. I'm there with you in heart. And you're here with me. And now that we're here, let's go back to Lightroom, where we are now. And let's see, is there anything else we want to do while we're here before we leave? There it is. Okay, cool. We're caught up. Anything else we want to do with this photo? I kind of just want to keep it clean. A little bit of vignetting just to push the eyes. Just a bit, never too much. And let's call it good there. Yeah. Nice. Nice. One thing we can do, I'll show you guys a really quick trick. If you do end up overexposing the... I'm going to push that underneath there for no reason. If you do end up overexposing the taillight, which happens 90% of the time, it's really hard to get a perfectly exposed taillight without using flashes or anything. Then, go back to soft round. Make it really small. Slowly but surely, we will get there. And you're just gonna, oops, I went too far. We're just gonna paint it back in with red. We'll go all the way across. I learned this from, I think it was Damian Plisco, so you know it's good, because he's good. Oops, too far. And then we're gonna go to hard lights. And there you go. Just sort of adds that color back in. A little bit weird at 100%, especially when it's foggy, but you go to like 30 or 29. It's a pretty good place. You see the difference? You just get a little bit more color back in the overexposed area. I think that's a pretty neat trick. Brought to you by Kyle. No sponsors, not for this stream. We'll get back to sponsors once the stream becomes more consistent. Speaking of that, let's go back to the photos. Let's see what we did. Let's start with this photo of the Frozen Berry Tycon from Miss Monica D. Tang at Tycon Frozen Berry on Instagram. I think it's pretty dope. I think it's pretty fresh and summery and fun, and I like it. Cool photo. Thank you, Kyle. You're welcome. Then we also have this super radical, ultra fast photo of the Porsche Cayman GT4 at Rude Skogan. A lot of things I would have done differently if I had more time. I'd get rid of this structure and whatnot, but I think for what it is, it's pretty fun and fast and badass. So yeah, there's that. And then the last photo we did that you just saw, and I just edited, this bad boy. Pretty good. Yeah, so we'll go back to the full face. Okay, so I'm gonna riff with you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna try to get better at not blocking my face with a mic, but I like to hide. Thank you. This was fun. It's fun, and it's the start of a better habit for 2022. I'm gonna try to stream at least once a week. Hopefully, I have new photos at least once a week. I should, now that I have this thing. This bad mama jammer right here. Look at that. Just begging to be used. Look at the screen. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. This is going to change a lot, I think. And once I start getting some content with this camera, I'm excited to share it with you. But yeah, I want to stream at least one time a week, either like Wednesday or we'll see. Before, my rule was days to start with a T. I kind of want to go back to that eventually. And the photo stream, the editing stream will be here on YouTube. Not to show my cards too soon, but I do want to do a second stream on Twitch eventually. I'll tell you more about that later when I figure it out. For now, if you have any comments, what I could do better, what you'd like to see more of, what kind of photos you'd like to see more of, let me know. Winter's here. There's snow. I can go out and find some cool stuff there. But yeah, this is the studio. The first stream from the new studio. It's done. Go home. Get out of here. Thank you very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kyle Meyer. Nice stream. Let's start using the A1. Let's do it. Mats, thank you for being here. The only person watching the entire time. Appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kyle Meyer. Click like and subscribe and all that. And I will see you on the flip. Peace.